progress being made on the state's efforts to develop housing for the homeless in Burrillville. Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm John DeLuca.
And I'm Tiffany Murphy. So this means now that 10 families could potentially stay there for up to a year on the Eleanor Slater Hospital campus in Burrillville. ABC 6 News reporter Daniel Coates joins us live now from the State House with more on the details of this. Daniel?
Tiffany, we're 13 days away from the closing of one of the largest shelters in Rhode Island, the Cranston Street Armory here in Providence. At any given time this winter could hold up to 200 people. And now the Rhode Island Housing Department is looking towards Burrillville, roughly 16 miles away from the capital city, to eventually make up for the lost resources that are soon to come.
Negotiations will now begin between the Rhode Island Department of Housing and vendors to develop cottage housing in Burrillville for the state's homeless population. Already on the Eleanor Slater Hospital Zambarano Unit campus.
Repairs are manageable. There may be differing levels across the 3 different cottages. So it's possible that we bring one online and then the next, that sort of thing. But that's TBD. It worked already for families who were utilizing these cottages for quarantine and isolation during the heart of the COVID pandemic. So it has already worked.
Rhode Island's Housing Secretary Stephen Pryor expects the cottages to hold up to 30 people for a year. Those individuals mainly coming from the Cranston Street Armory that will close May 15th, holding up to 200 at any given time this winter.
We're aiming to open up smaller facilities in a variety of locations that would enable homeless individuals and families to make choices, and also would allow for even more manageable scenarios.
Pryor hopes the negotiations will wrap up and the cottages can open within weeks. But the clock is ticking for the homeless at the Armory, 13 days away from having to move out.
Folks are going to be forced with no place to go but back outside. I do think that we're at a crisis moment and we have to look at every single state-owned property.
Margot Morrisow with the Rhode Island Coalition to End Homelessness cited 292 people living on the street currently. Cottages a step forward, but not a solution to the crisis.
And we need to keep planning so that next winter, when we're in the crisis of everybody needs to get inside to stay alive, that we have a plan, that we have well-funded and well-staffed shelters, and that people are getting the services that they need.
And I spoke with Burrillville town leaders just yesterday who told me that they support extended housing in their backyard, but they just don't think that this campus is necessarily the best option for the state of Rhode Island. In the meantime, Stephen Pryor, the Secretary of Housing here in the state, told me this morning that he plans to work with those town leaders to find a solution for both sides. For now, live in Providence, I'm Daniel Coates, ABC 6 News.
Daniel, thank you.